In this world, many men are raised to believe that love must be earned by bending, pleasing, and performing. But Stoic philosophy teaches us something far different, something eternal. A man is not defined by the attention he receives from women. He is defined by the control he has over himself. And if you want to remain powerful, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, there are things you must never do when dealing with women. Not because you're trying to manipulate, but because your peace is too valuable to trade for momentary affection. These are the 8 things a Stoic man must never do with women. Let's begin. 1. Never chase her validation. The moment you seek her validation, you've placed her above you. This doesn't mean you see her as beneath you, but it means your emotional balance should never be dependent on her approval. Women are naturally drawn to men who validate themselves, who walk into a room without needing confirmation that they belong there. The more you chase her attention, the more she loses respect. The more you validate yourself, the more she becomes curious. Be the mountain, not the wind. Be still, she will come. 2. Never over-explain yourself. A man who constantly explains himself is a man who doubts himself. You do not owe long paragraphs to someone who questions your intentions. You do not need to justify every boundary, every decision, every move. Stoicism teaches us that words are wind. Let your actions speak. Be calm, be clear, and let the rest fall where it may. Women are not moved by excessive words. They're moved by congruence. Speak less, mean more. 3. Never apologize for having standards. Standards are not arrogance. They are self-respect in motion. If she says you're too picky, too cold, or too distant because you don't accept chaos, that's a sign she's not used to a man with spine. Never shrink your standards to make someone feel comfortable in their dysfunction. If you don't respect your own boundaries, neither will she. And here's a harsh truth. Women test boundaries to feel the strength behind them. If you fail the test, they won't tell you. They'll just lose attraction. 4. Never be emotionally dependent. Yes, emotion is human, but emotional dependence is a form of slavery. Never let a woman become the sole source of your happiness, identity, or peace. When she senses you have nothing outside of her, she will pull away, because now you are a burden, not a man. Cultivate solitude, build purpose, fall in love with your mission. She should complement your life, not complete it. 5. Never try to fix her emotions. A man's job is not to fix every emotional swing she has. It's to remain grounded while she moves through them. This is one of the hardest truths for empathetic men to accept. She doesn't want you to solve her storm. She wants to feel safe while it passes. Be her calm, not her rescue, and never take responsibility for emotions that were never yours to begin with. 6. Never reward disrespect, no matter how beautiful she is, no matter how much you love her. Disrespect should be met with silence, space, or distance, not negotiation. Every time you tolerate what should have been addressed, you train her to continue. A Stoic man doesn't fight to be respected. He simply removes himself when he is not. She will notice, and the ones worth keeping will adjust. The ones who don't, let them go. 7. Never abandon your mission for her. Too many men pause their purpose for the illusion of partnership. They quit the gym, drop the vision, and soften their edge the moment a woman enters their life. Then they wonder why she begins to drift. Understand this. Your purpose is what made you attractive in the first place. Never trade it to maintain a relationship. It will backfire. A woman should witness your purpose, not replace it. You're not here to orbit her life. You're here to build your own gravity and let her decide if she can handle the altitude. 8. Never confuse lust for love. She may text you every day, laugh at your jokes, sleep beside you, but that doesn't mean it's love. Love is consistency when things aren't exciting. Love is respect when you have nothing to offer. Love is staying when it's easier to leave. A Stoic man doesn't get drunk on affection. He waits, he observes, and he doesn't give his soul to someone who hasn't earned his silence. Be slow to give, and even slower to chase. Conclusion. Stoic reflection. Remember this: the most powerful man is not the loudest, the richest, or the most desired. It is the man who needs no one, but welcomes those who match his frequency. It is the man who chooses discipline over desire, and who leads, not with force, but with presence. A Stoic man doesn't fear being alone. He fears betraying himself to avoid loneliness. So don't chase, don't fold, don't forget who you are. She will either rise to meet you, or quietly remove herself from you.